Alrighty, welcome back to Farm Simulator 25 with the Rude Man. It's noisy and it's foggy. I don't know if there's a way to lessen the fog. I haven't looked. There might be. There might be a control for that. But I don't think so. I don't remember one. General settings, game settings, seasons, snow. Yeah, there's a way to turn the snow on and off, that kind of stuff. But I don't know if there's a way to change the atmosphere. Crop destruction, periodic plowing, fieldstone, lime required. Weeds, disaster destruction is disabled. So if that has anything to do with the weather, which it kind of does, because of it, that does the hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff like that. Tornadoes. Did I say tornadoes? I meant to say tornadoes because I was trying to be silly. But I'm really not in a silly mood today. I'm kind of depressed today. I don't know. I'm not up to snuff today. But it'll get better. Okay, input controls, radio, units, help window, camera. There's a lot of sound, but there's no video, so I don't know. VSync, brightness. I don't know. Cloud shadows. Cloud shadows are off. I wonder why. I've got plenty of power to take care of that. Thanks, Scorp. Nick's here. Hi, Nick. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just bummed. I didn't sleep well last night. I had a lot of stuff on my mind. And I woke up at 2 o'clock and couldn't go back to sleep. And I got up. I laid around, or I played around on a game for a couple hours and looked up. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let me go see if I can fall back asleep. And I did. I only got like 3 hours sleep before I woke up. I went to bed at 11. So 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah. I had 3 hours sleep, woke up, played around for a couple hours, went back to bed. Had trouble getting back to sleep. I think I fell asleep maybe 4:30 to 5. And then got up at 8. So I got another 3 hours. Little cow running. Thinks he's a rabbit. A little bunny. So there's that, but there's a reason why I couldn't sleep. And it's up here. And that up here has stayed through this morning. And I'm just not myself today. It's life, Rob. It's just life. Everybody gets depressed once in a while. I mean, it's sometimes for no actual reason. I don't really have a reason to be. Well, I'm supposed to go to I don't think you'd call it a funeral because my nephew passed away last winter, this last holiday season. And we have a very, very large family and it's spread out everywhere, so it's kind of hard to get everybody together. So they decided they'd have a summer party. So this weekend at a lake is the memorial service for him. And it's going to be very hot. Carol's not feeling well. As you know, I had her in the hospital the other day. Traveling is pretty much out for her. She doesn't want to travel because it's going to be too hard. So I either don't go or or go by myself. And I haven't decided yet. Now that has nothing to do with the way I'm feeling. That's just something I need to do or not do. I did put the warehouse in. Let's get back into this. Maybe I can get my mind off some of this stuff. I started hauling some of the excess junk in here. As you can see, I've got onions and cabbage and stuff for the kimchi. And I got some more over there. I've got chili peppers here. And I'm still making stuff. So I haven't done anything with the Tater Factory yet. But as you can see, I'm full up on coffee already. And the coffee greenhouse is still running. You know what, though? It's not running right at the moment. I've been wanting to fix this. Let me try. I put it in backwards. Not that it really matters. But if I'm doing water, I have to do water all on one side, except for this one. Now I got to come over here and do water on this side. A little inconvenience, not a big problem, but there's no reason why I shouldn't fix it, really. So if I grab that and just move, and then grab, I think, the green. No, shoot, that isn't it. Dang it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that moves. Oh, shoot, it moves. Oh, it doesn't move that. Never mind. I'm not going to mess with it. Not going to mess with it. It's not that big a deal. Okay. We got lots and lots of supplies here. So, the chili peppers, we got more cabbage. I changed this one to garlic, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But, cheers, Andy. And then I've got the rest of the fixings for the kimchi. I don't have garlic. I'm waiting for the garlic. But I just wanted to show you that I put the warehouse in. It's working fine. So, oh, I got to do something with that. The cotton balls. I'm just going to sell it. There's a sell point right here. There it went. What'd I get? 116 for a sold bale. That was a full bale because it pooped it out before it was done harvesting. So that was a full bale. So 116,000 for a full bale. I put my own sell point in here for two reasons. Three reasons. First one, it sells every dang thing I can think of because it's mine. It isn't my mod. It's somebody else's mod. I just remodded it to do what I wanted it to do, which is everything. So so that number one, that's it. Two, I boost the prices up so the prices are a little better. And three, I went to use the one that's in the game, and it wasn't exactly doing what I wanted. And so it's way over here. This is the marketplace, and I wanted to have control of it. And I can't because it won't let me buy it. So if I go into the map here, it's supposed to be right here. Right here's where I'm standing. You just saw me looking at it straight on. Where's it at? It's not here. So I know it's there, but why is it not there? Because if I click on this, that tells me that's the lumber yard. If I click on this, that tells me that's the gas station. This is the warehouse that you can buy and sell stuff. This is where the marketplace is, but it's not there. And I can't buy it. I can buy this, but it won't let me buy it. So I said, well, heck with that noise then. I'll just go ahead and put my own in, which I did. So there you go. There's a reason for everything. Everything. There's a reason. All right. We got work to do because we've got farming to do, but I wish this fog would go away. I don't like it, and I don't know how to stop it. I suppose if I turn my graphics down all the way to doorstop computer settings, it might not have the power to show the fog, and the fog would go away, but then it would be crappy to watch. All right, we got plowing to do, so let's grab a plow. I'm gonna plow up the grass field because this field is being treated as a crop field, and it says it needs fertilizer and lime. So I fertilized and limed it, but it also needs plowing. So I want to plow it now too. I'm trying to be continental. Because they don't say plow, they say plough. If you don't believe me, look to see how it's spelled. P-L-O-U-G-H. That's plough, that's not plow. Right, now let me check and see if I got this set the way I want it. No, I want it to do headlands. Okay, so just reset it. Click on headlands. And then hire a worker. Who's working? Lori's working. So she's working even though she's not here. Oh, you finally got somebody to take your money? I'll have to talk to you offline to find out how your finances went. But somebody finally took your money, huh? Well, poop. What do I have to do with this field? This one needs plowing, so it just needs plowing. That's growing, and the sugar beets are growing. I need more potatoes. I used the potatoes for the, was it the beer or the vodka? I can't remember. I think for the vodka. I'm not going to do sunflowers again. I'll do some canola. And the sorghum's ready to go. So let's get the combine. Oh, I didn't dump the corn yet. This is the corn. So I'm going to take this to the corn dryer that I put in. Dang fog. There's going to be an accident. Whoa! Whoa! There's going to be an accident. Somebody's going to get hurt. Cat doesn't know how to spell. Well, does your cat know how to type? I don't let Mila in here because she causes too much trouble. She tries to get up in the window. Okay. Well, the window has a shade, and also it's got blackout curtains, and it's also got an air conditioning sticking out of it. I've got a heat pump. The heat pump has to pump the hot air out of the room, and so it has to be open. And I also have my camera out there. The cat loves to get in that window, and she tears the curtains down, She knocks my camera over. My camera's been knocked over so many times that it doesn't work properly anymore. And so I can't let the cat in here. She just causes too much trouble. Sometimes she'll come in when I'm just working on the PC and sit on my lap, and I allow that. She'll sit on my lap for hours and just sleep or just be content. Where's my what am I looking for? Corn dryer. There it is. So as long as I can control her, it's okay. But if I'm doing something where I need to be moving, then she won't sit on my lap. So she doesn't like to be jostled around. Cats are chaotic. They certainly are. J.A. Jado, the other channel, 470. That's not Jared, is it? Are you Jared? J.A.? I see what's happening here. I may have to turn this on. So there's corn in it and propane, so it should be ready to go. Let's see. All right, we got corn dryer, storing, productivity 300%. Let's do that. And then corn and propane. So it's got corn and propane. Yeah, I put this one in instead of the regular one. The regular one just does corn. That's it. This one, as you see, does a lot of stuff. I can dry a lot of stuff. So, anyway, there you go. Let's activate this. Get it to working. All right. All right, I can't mess with this. I got work. Oh, look at all the honey. I did clear out the weeds around the honey, but look how much there is. That's a ton. I don't know what I'm going to do with it unless I put a bakery in. And I don't know what to do with this mess because I don't know if I can grab this. I should try. How would I do that? Let's see. Vehicles. That isn't going to work. I don't know what to do with this because it's not giving me an option to do anything with it. But it's kind of wasting that field. I wonder if I have to buy the field to be able to do something with this equipment. Well, I can't because I don't own the equipment. I can't get in the equipment. It's not mine. I don't know what to do with that. All right, let's go back to the farm. See what's that grass field should be done. It is. Okay. All right, grass field's done. All right, so I'm going to replant this, but I need my John Deere back. All right, let's see. I can do this, and I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. Let's just do it. Put it right there. Rob's driving my way. I sound like Frank Sinatra. And Rob driving my way. I was going to make a red deer, but I didn't. It's a green deer. Oh, the deer, deer, deer. Lori's playing Red Dead. My new character now has 85 gold, over $35,000 in money, and is about 150 or 160 level now. I've been doing collections every day to make money. Takes me about 3 to 4 hours. Yesterday it took me 6 hours to do it because I had a bunch of crap going on. All right, what we're doing? We're doing grass, right? Grass? Grass, grass. Grass, grass. Grass. Grassy ass. No, that's Spanish. I don't do Spanish because I don't understand it. Miss Nelson's going to put some grass in for us. All right, you go, girl. Well, you need the map, Rob. You need the map. There's a map you use. You pull the map up. You have to have two monitors. And you pull the map up so you can see where everything's at, and then you ride there, pick it up, and then you go to the next one, pick it up, and you decide what you want to collect. I only collect cards, heirlooms, and alcohol bottles, and I have my reasons for that. I can do it within a 2 to 3 hour period, and I can make a couple $1,000 or so on it each time, and you do get gold with it because some of the stuff you pick up gives you a tiny little bit of gold. Or, well, at least experience. Maybe I'm thinking of the daily quests. I do the daily quests too. There's 9 of them. Yeah, don't do that. You're just wasting your money. There's a free map that shows you everything. And when you buy a map, you're only looking for one thing. And so you're wasting your money. What's this field now? This is sunflowers. Okay, it doesn't need lime, it just needs plowing, so let's get that done. Steve the farmer. All right, let me see here. Oh, I'm trying to cut back on electrical use, so I don't have my other computer run. I need to turn it on. I'm trying to not run all three computers if I'm not using them, because Jeff's got 2 or 3 going in his room too, and it all adds up. The electricity bill's just outrageous. All right, let me see if I can do something here. Hang on. Okay, let's see what I can do. All right, hang on. Sorry. Busy here. What am I doing? Okay, here we are. All right, let me see if I can do this. Let's see. First of all, I'll need to jump over here and let me switch that and that. Okay, there's the map that I'm showing you. There's the address over up above. You'll see the address, the link to the map. It's Gene Ropka at GitHub.io. You know, you just download that map, put it on a separate monitor, and then if let's say you're gonna look for arrowheads that are buried under the ground or lost in the woods or someplace, you click arrowheads down here on the other side, over that way. You click arrowheads, and it tells you today, up until 5 o'clock, it'll tell you where they're all at, and you just ride there and dig them up, one at a time. Okay? At 5 o'clock, they change. They start a new map every day at 5 o'clock. Now that's Pacific time. I don't know what it would be at your time, but that's what you do. So if you want to look now, see, I do now. It's going to be grayed out because I just did them. They're done for the day. At 5 o'clock, they'll put them all back on there, but they'll be in new places. So, but I do the American Wife. No, sorry. I do tarot cards. The cups, there's a whole series. Now you see they're grayed out is because I've already done them. So if I turn them on, that's what they're going to look like. You can turn them off. Okay, what else can you do? Okay, if it tells you where to go, but it doesn't tell you where it's at until you click on it. If you click on it, it will give you a description of where it's at. It says that card is on a crate on the lower deck of the railroad bridge, which means it's under the bridge, under the railroad tracks. You have to go under and go to that location, and it'll show you that. If that ain't good enough and you still can't find it, you have the ability to start a video. And the video will come on and show you exactly where it's at. Sorry about it being loud. I don't have control of that. If I do, I don't. And there it is. It shows you exactly where it's at. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. You just decide what you want to do. Now, like I said, I do all the tarot cards, all 4 sets of the tarot cards. That's about $400 or $500 for that. Then I do the antique alcohol bottles because there's only 9 of them. You can see they're a brown bottle right here. Right there. They're little brown bottles. And then I do the family heirlooms. The family heirlooms, you'd have to find 15 of them, but you get paid quite a little bit of money. And as you see, when I did that, those items that I do, those 3 things, the tarot cards, all 4 of the tarot cards, the antique bottles, and the family heirlooms are all kind of bunched together. If you look at the map, then not always. Sometimes there's one off a little bit. But for the most part, if I go into Saint Denis, you can see there's a ton of them all bunched together. So you just go from one to the other. If I do, say, the arrowheads, they're spread out all over Hell's Half Acre. And some of them are random. Like if I do, where's Lost? Lost jewelry. You've got bracelets, earrings, necklaces, and rings. If you do all of those, they're everywhere. That's just one of them. That's bracelets. There's earrings. There's necklaces. And there's rings. You'd be doing this 12 hours. So I choose to do the tarot cards, antique bottles, and the family heirlooms. And with that, I'll get 1,000 to 2,000, depending on whether the game's giving me extra experience for doing so. Like right now, extra experience is going to bounty hunting. But if it was collections, when it was collections, I was getting like $3,000 instead of $1,000. It was amazing. But anyway, there you go. That's a quick tutorial on that. It's separate from the game. That's why I keep it over on another monitor. And when I collect something, like let's say I collected this piece of jewelry, if you right click on it, it turns it off. So now you know you've already found that one. And when you're done, your map's going to look like mine. Everything's grayed out because I found everything for today. If I miss something, it's another little thing. If I miss something, let's say I think I'm done, but I've only got 13 of 14 cards in a deck. That means I missed one. If you just go to the tarot card you're missing, like let's say this one is cups. Tarot cards is cups. And let's say it says you don't have the 8 of cups. Then you come back in here and you turn the 8 of cups back on, and there it is on your map. There it is, and you go get it. Maybe you thought you got it, and somebody yelled at you, and oh, well, I already picked that up, and then off you go to the next one, and so you missed it. That's an easy way to find one that you're missing, and you can do that within the game. Find out what you're missing. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Let me get back to farming here, but. Let's see. I gotta turn off that. Was it that? No. That. Now I'm lost. Where's my game? There it is. All right. Am I running again? Am I back on the farm? I'm confused now. You done heirlooms? Yeah, you do them. You can do them again. I do them every day. Every day. And if you miss 5 o'clock deadline and you want to stay up till midnight, you can do it again. So I did it once and I'm done. It's only, 2 o'clock my time? Not quite. But at 5 o'clock, that map's going to change. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5, 6, 7, 8, I could still do another one and be done by 8 o'clock in the evening. If I wanted to do collections twice a day, I don't, but once a day's enough. But anyway, that's how you do collections. And if you do what I just showed you to do in one day, I think it took me 3 times starting at collections. I started collections, I bought it. It goes to level 20, from nothing to level 20. I did 3 days of collections and had level 20. Boom, just automatically. So just by doing them, you get that much. Of course, I did it when I had double or triple experience, so it might take you a week, but you'll be up to level 20 in no time and be making money at the same time. Okay, don't. Go back. Go back. But, what? Uh-oh, what did I do? Don't do that. Is that my sorghum? I was going to plow my sorghum. No! All right, I forgot what I was doing. You guys got me sidetracked. By you guys, I mean Rob. All right, if I put my corn header over here, can you guys remind me where it's at when I lose it? I hate these damn trees. I can't see around them. All right, gotta put my grain header. Look out, little cow, look out. That little cow's growing. Which reminds me, I need to find out if they need food. Well, it looks like Miss Nelson finished the grass. I'm just ruining my crops, though. Okay, let's see. How do I have this set up? What's happening? I forgot to switch my keyboard over. All right, headlands are good. Wow, Nick's got 5,290 buckets of grain. He's a rich man now. Man, that was loud. Hey, Nick's out on the water. Make me a hot dog, Nick. I'm hungry. I had a bowl of soup for lunch. Wasn't much. Gee, dryer's dead. All right, what else we got? Let's see, grass is done. Let's see, I was gonna do well, shoot, I was gonna do canola, but I need potatoes too. I'll do potatoes. Oh. Poop. I'll do potatoes on this small field, and I'll do canola on that big field, and that's where I'll get my oil from the canola. So let's switch this to potatoes. Tatas. Totos. Okay, what's happening? That's not on headlands. Let's reset that. Set it for headlands. And try this again. All right, we got Frank. Frank's working. Frank's always working. Planting watermelons. I don't think watermelons are in the game, are they? Potatoes. Oh, shoot. What did I do? I mess up. No. I messed up. All right, Frank got fired. It wasn't his fault. Oh, no. What's he doing? No. Oh, wait. I see. I fired Frank. Frank's working too much. I decided he needed a break. So I didn't fire him. I just gave him a day off. He wasn't fired. See? I hired him back. I couldn't do it without him. So Frank's back to redo it. It wasn't his fault in the first place. It's my fault. Because I jumped out of the tractor and got in the way.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? Lori, cheers. All right, so we'll let him do what him was doing, which is plopping down some potatoes, I guess. He's doing the sorghums. This is planted and ready to go. It's 100% everything for grass. Cows are happy. Did I buy more cows? I did, didn't I? But it doesn't actually show them. When you buy cattle in this game, it's always been like if you buy 20 cows, you've got 20 cows. If you buy 200 cows, you still only see 20 cows. I'm pretty sure it's still that way. They would kind of have to do that, or your graphics card would start smoking. If you had 1,000 cows out there, and it has to draw every single one of them and make them all walk around and poop everywhere. That would not be good. Okay, 100% fertilizer. This one needs pluing. I thought I did this. Did I not? Evidently not. All right. Well, we got the plow right here. Let's go put him to work. We're in the lower 40. Okay. I might want to fertilize this first. Oh, geez. I dropped it like it was hot. Reset this, set it to headlands, pop it up in this corner. Hire a worker who is Miss Nelson again. Oh shoot, I just fired her. No! Sorry, Miss Nelson. She's back. It's okay, everything's fine. She got hired back. All right, there she goes. She's gonna throw a little fertilizer down. Slap it down. I could use some help with my moonshine shack. Time to get Lem. Lem's an idiot. I don't know why you'd want Lem, except for it's Maggie's only relative now. He's a moron though. You'd like to see some kangaroos. I can't even get the we haven't. I don't know if you've noticed, but we haven't been playing. And if I go on Saturday, I'm thinking that the weather's going to be hot. And I pulled the Miata out of the garage, took the top down today. I'm cleaning it up. I was thinking, since Carol's sick and can't go to the funeral, well, I say it's a funeral, but it's really not a funeral. It's whatever they call those. If I decide to go by myself, I would take the Miata for a drive, and then I won't be here Saturday. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might not be up to it mentally. So I might just better stay home. And then if Carol has trouble, I need to be here anyway. But So I don't know what to do. Chris's birthday? I thought he just had a birthday. No, that was graduation. What's the difference between birthday and graduation? All right, well, we've got to wait for him to finish before we can plow. And we need for the harvest to be done over there before we can plow that field. Plow the sorghum up. One thing we are going to need is we're going to need the truck. So where's the truck? There. Running through the gears. Man, this wherever this place is, they sure have a lot of school buses. How many kids they got running around here? Need to find out where the train goes. They put these trains in, but they don't. A lot of times they don't think it through, and so you've got the ability to use the train, but it doesn't go where you need it to go. They need to kind of work that out. And I'm not saying that this particular map is that way, but I have been on some recently where they had, why aren't you using the train? Because it doesn't go where I need it to go. Like for one thing, you take a map like this and you look at the map and say, where's the very largest field at? Because that very large field is where you're going to have the most crops to move. So you'd think that there would be a train track access to that very, very largest field, and then have it go to a granary. So you could either store or move the crops. And then you find out, well, no, the train doesn't go there. Move this feller closer to the sorghum field. The sorghum field would be closer to the combine because that's where the sorghum's at, right? Looks like it's done too. Just in time. The squirrel dodge. Yeah, one of the dailies today was to run over 5 animals with your horse and kill them. So I'm out there running after rabbits everywhere I go. Patrick. Thanks, Nick. We need either better yields or bigger fields, because I didn't get very much. 180,000 out of that. All right, so sorghum. Are we making vodka out of sorghum? Let's see. Vodka, sorghum. Yeah, we don't have any. Okay, we do. We did have potatoes. We put them in the machine. Oh, we must have had extra potatoes. I need to check on that. We need sugar too, so that's what the beets are for. But okay, let's take the sorghum. Miss Nelson's done again. She finished her job lickety-split. Good job. All right, let me do something here. Let me do something. Let's do that and that and how many points? Containers, tools. Let's grab the biggin. I probably don't need the biggin, but it's not that much money, so I can use the biggin. I never can tell which is front and back though. I think that's the back, but no, that's the back. That's the front, I think, because the front seemed like it had a frame around it. So if I pop that right there. Okay, we got potatoes in there, so we can take those potatoes and start making some chips maybe if we have some oil. But I might not have oil. I don't think I do. So remind me when I get some oil done. I'm going to do some canola on one of the fields next. And then we'll get some canola oil. Oh. Oh no, is it the big screen? 20K for a wall? No, it's a TV screen. It's a monitor, computer monitor. It's huge. All right, it's soup du jour. Nobody's watching, but it is. So, and I don't know what I'm going to do, because I don't know if I told you Tuesday, but I stopped taking insulin, and I'm having, I wouldn't say trouble. It's a learning curve, because if I'm not taking, here's what I told Carol this morning. Last night for dinner, I wasn't hungry. I couldn't think of anything to eat, so I made a bowl of Raisin Bran. Should I be eating raisins? No. But I like Raisin Bran, so I did. After dinner, Jeff made a carrot cake. I ate a slice of carrot cake. I warmed it up, put butter on it, let it soak in. Cheers, Rob. And I ate a piece of carrot cake. Now, I ate Raisin Bran with raisins that are sweet that I shouldn't be eating. And I had a slice of carrot cake, which is full of sugar. Well, my blood sugars went boom before I went to bed, because I didn't have insulin to keep it down, because the doctor's trying to get me off the insulin. Okay? As I told Carol, if I'm using the insulin, I can eat things I shouldn't be eating. The question is, should I be eating them in the first place, whether I've got insulin or not? If I have insulin, I can eat those things and keep the blood sugars down. But should I be eating those things is the question. Health-wise, I'd say no. I shouldn't. If I wasn't eating those things, I wouldn't need the extra insulin. So it's a learning curve of how I need to eat. So like right now, this time of day, my blood sugars are 144. If I was taking the insulin that I took every morning, I would get up and take a shot of long-lasting insulin that would get me through a 24-hour period. Okay, so if I had done that this morning, this would probably be around 100, maybe 115. It's still within the realm of my green area I'm supposed to stay in. So I just need to learn to eat more healthy. And and you know what that means? No more Code Red. No more Baja Blast. Unless I buy the and I don't even know if they do. Do they make Code Red in diet? I don't know. I'll have to ask Jeff. Oh, Jeff's here. Oh, I didn't see Jeff. Oh, it was banana bread. Okay, sorry. See, I didn't even know what I was eating. Is that a good sign? No, it's not. I should know everything that goes in my body there, Dan. But anyway, Jeff might know. Is Code Red in diet or Baja Blast? I know if I get a Baja Blast from Taco Bell, you can get a diet. Now, the doctor didn't tell me to stop using it. I just did it on my own, so we'll see. He might not be happy with me. He's trying to get me off of it. I'm down to 16 units now, and I was still having trouble keeping my blood sugars up at night. They keep dropping, so that means that I've got too much insulin. So I could drop it again from 16 to maybe 10 or 12. He'd probably say 12. What am I looking for? That's the corn place. I'm looking for the vodka place, I think. Oh, telephone pole. Did I clip it? I did. Okay, there's the brewery and there is the Smirnoff factory. So there's my little dump ramp that I made. There it is. Woo! Oh shoot, I didn't do that. What did I do? I have to decide what I'm going to have today. You already saw that my blood sugars are a little bit high, so I don't want a sugared pop. I can't have a Code Red. I can't have a Baja Blast. I can't have a Voltage. Here we go. This is something I can have. All right. Let's get a hold of Godzilla over in Hong Kong and have him send me a Dr. Pepper, if he would. Oh, he's here already. Wow. Godzilla's fast. So we're looking today at a Dr. Pepper Zero Blackberry. Is it Blackberry? Yeah. Dr. Pepper Zero Blackberry. Why doesn't it load as fast as a Mountain Dew? All right. All right. Click that. Click that, Godzilla. Now, there's still caffeine in this, I believe. That's actually not that bad. Carol got this because she likes raspberry and blackberry. I'd say I probably like blackberry better than raspberry, so this is pretty good. I like it. It's good. We'll go with that. Cat likes it too, as you notice. So cheers, everybody. It's in the Midwest only. That figures. That figures. I could get Code Red, but I have to go to Kansas to get it or something. Well, you're not in Kansas anymore. Okay, did I dump some of this already? And it took it, I guess. I guess I did. Okay, we'll take this back and put it in the. Before I do, though, let me just double check. Slow down, guy driving too fast. Slow down, you drive too fast. You're gonna make the morning last. Okay. What am I doing? This isn't right. That's not right. What am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for. There we are. Okay. Vodka. Okay, got the sorghum in there. I just need sugar now. So, we gotta wait for the show. Whoa, whoa, hey! Hey! Slow down. Stay in your own lane. Guy just passed a mail truck. That should be, well, I don't know what it should be. Yeah, but the problem is, Matt, do they have it in my little town? That's what Jeff was talking about. They do make a Code Red Zero, but they don't sell it on the West Coast. There's a lot of sodas we can't get. That's why I went to the ones with sugar in them. Chris likes the Dr. Pepper, you say? Yeah, but you don't. I know that. I don't mind it. I kind of like it. That's good. I like it. That's good. I like it like that. Now, am I all caught up on harvest? I think so. But I'm not sure. What was that? Sounded like somebody hit the house. Do I have room for this? Is this gonna fit? Let's see. Oh, good enough, I guess. It sticks out a little bit. Does it? Just a pipe a little bit. I could go forward a little. I didn't use my brakes. As you know, the wall is my brakes. Okay. Oh, let me see. Potatoes. Let's put some potatoes in here. And I'll take them to the chip place. We don't have oil, but we'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick, cheers. Lori says she's got diet lemonade. Mountain Dew has a variety called Purple Thunder that I really like, but it's not distributed here on the coast. Yeah. You find that a lot of times when you live, but then, you know, hey, it's the price you pay for not having to live like rats in the city. I like living out in the country. I just do. And maybe you don't have everything you can get everywhere else, but who cares? Okay, so fertilizing is done. And I don't think it said anything about liming, so I'm not worried about liming. And I'm going to take this back to the farm because I'm leaving my equipment every dang place. Oh, Lori, that might be something, but then what's the price going to be? Might be price, you know. But hey, it just depends on how often I want something different. I'll have to look into that and see. I see, said the blind man. All right, it's not going to take that many taters, so let's stop that. This is a tater hauling truck, I tell you right now. Whoa! Wide turns. We're taking wide turns. For a can? $15 a can? That'd be pretty expensive. Lori's saying, you idiot. Hey, I'm just having fun. Because you didn't say whether it was per piece. Where am I taking this? And what is it again? Potatoes. I'm taking it to the chip store. Okay. There's the chip store. It says right there, The Good Potato is the name of the chip store. Wouldn't you think it'd be the Good Chip store? Where do you put the stuff in? Okay, that's it right there. I thought that's where it was going to stack them. But let's stack them in the front. Okay, what's going on here? What's happening? Artisan Chip Factory. Buffalo chips. Well, you know what that means. That's poop. potatoes. It doesn't say we have any. That's weird. That's weird. You know what? I think there's two triggers there. I think one trigger is to dump, and the other one, this big one this is where they actually put the chips when they're made. Ah, they just didn't put a ribbon around this one. I see. I see, said the blind man. Walmart doesn't have squirrels? She's feeling better today. She still hasn't got back to swimming. Carol goes swimming every day, and for exercise. She has lots of friends, and they all swim together, and then they go out for coffee or tea or lunch. You know how girls like to have lunch. But anyway, she's feeling better, but she still hasn't got back to swimming yet. A real squirrel? Well, Carol's dad used to have, when he moved away from Arkansas, he moved to Washington State, and his relatives would send him canned squirrel because he couldn't go out squirrel hunting. He tried to get me to eat some one time. I said, hell no. That tree's limbs are almost in the way. Whoa, whoa. See, I lose track because I can't see through the tree to find out where the truck's driving. Alrighty. So this one now needs plowed. I guess it doesn't need anything else. This one now has potatoes on it. This one has sugar beets. This one has barley. This one is, well, it was corn. It needs plowing. Okay, so it needs plowing, but it's got fertilizer on it. So let's start that process. Who's plowing? Frank again. Frank likes to plow. Good on him, I guess. He's a plowing machine. Okay, he's plowing. All right. And barley's still growing over here. We still haven't gotten barley. This one needs plowing as well. But it also needs fertilizing. So let's grab the fertilizer. Run him out there and put some safety lights on. In Walmart, a zoo. It isn't, but they allow people to bring their animals, and you know how people are with their animals. Very seldom are they trained. Or housebroke for that matter. But then neither are the owners most of the time at Walmart. They're not trained either. I can't believe people going out shopping. if I leave the house, I take a shower and put clean clothes on. At a minimum. People nowadays, they go shopping in their pajamas, fuzzy slippers. They're not even clean pajamas. It's just amazing how people have no. I don't know. They don't care how they look, I guess. I don't know. Don't have any pride in themselves. I don't know. Maybe they're too busy buying Mountain Dew to buy a new pair of clothes. I don't know. They asked for his ID. Well, I never go shopping unless I know exactly what I'm looking for. I make a list. This is what I want. Boom, boom, boom. I get that and get the hell out. I don't shop. I grab what I need and go. As a matter of fact, if Carol wasn't here, if it was just me, I'd go online, say I want this and this and this and this. Here's my credit card number. Pay for it, and then one of the kids will stop by and they'll load your car up. Because that's what Walmart does. They have in the parking lot, they have, I don't know, 25, 50 parking spots where you pull in. They bring your order out, they load it for you, and then off you go. It's already paid for. That's what I would do if I had to shop. Substantially shop. If I'm just going for a couple of cases of pop, Jeff and I just jump in the car and we do it all at once because he needs it, I need it. Bob's your uncle. We just go pick it up. But if I'm doing any kind of shopping, though, if I was doing shopping for a week, I would do it that way. I would go online, order everything. Hey, is Scorp still here or did he take off already? Get mine delivered to the house. Yeah, you can do that pretty readily nowadays. We have Fred Meyer, Safeway, and Walmart, and they all kind of do. That's true, Jeff. As a matter of fact, I'm seriously thinking about not doing it anymore. Just because if I'm not taking insulin. Is that what you do, Lori? That's why I was telling Carol this morning. I say, with the insulin, I can get away with eating stuff I shouldn't be eating or drinking soda that I shouldn't be drinking. That doesn't make it good for me because I can take insulin and keep my blood sugars down. That doesn't make it healthy. It doesn't make it right that's what I should be doing. So I'm thinking I'm down on everything. I've only got a couple of Code Reds left. I've only got a couple Baja Blasts left. I'm thinking about not stocking up, just going for the no sugar stuff like my 7-Up. They got cherry 7-Up now with no sugar in it. So I got my cherry flavor. It's not a Mountain Dew, and if I can get Mountain Dew for a reasonable price, that's sugar-free with Code Red. Code Red's my favorite. I could live without Baja Blast. I could live without Voltage, but Code Red's the one I really like. Send a letter to Santa. I don't think Amazon believes in Santa. Or they think they're Santa. See, instead of Voltage, I can get this Diet Dr. Pepper. It's blackberry, that's what Voltage is, isn't it? Or is Voltage raspberry? Voltage might be raspberry. I can't remember because it's kind of blue in color, but that's fake anyway, as far as I know. Luckily, you're not big on soda. For me, that's my last vice. It's my last. I mean, you have to have some kind of quality of life. If you don't, then what's the point? So, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't cuss overly much. I don't eat a lot of stuff I shouldn't be eating. But I still drink a soda, and I know it's not good for me. Soda's probably one of the worst things you can drink. You know? It's raspberry? All right. Well, that's good for Carol. That's why she likes it. Raspberry's her thing. See, my watch is telling me to get the hell off my ass and go do something. It's time to get moving, it says. And I have to punch a button that said, not now. All right, fertilizing's done. Walmart stole Santa's job. Yeah, if a doctor told me, smoking's going to kill you, and everybody knows that, drinking going to kill you. If he's going to tell me having a soda once a week is going to kill me, really? Is it good for you? No. But is it going to kill you? So you're taking my only, the only thing, my only vice is having a soda once in a while. And you guys see me do it every time I'm on. I don't drink, I don't double fist it all day long. I used to. When I was young, I'd buy a 8-pack of Pepsi in the bottles, the bigger bottles, and I'd drink one of those a day, a whole case of that crap. Is that good for you? Heck no. Stand and play. I seriously thought about getting one of those desks that goes up and down on a motor so I could stand and play once in a while. But there's a difference in standing and playing when you're 20 years old, and there's a complete difference if you're 73. And, you're losing muscle mass and you're losing your balance. And it might be good for me, except for I'd be just hanging onto the table all the time. So is that really helping me with my balance? There's things you're supposed to do every day. Exercises. One of the exercises that you're supposed to do once you pop into like the 60s is walking backwards. So you get someplace where you know what's behind you, and you walk backwards without losing balance or looking back. That's one of the things you're supposed to do. If you find that you can no longer do that, then your time's up, buddy. That's one of the things. Walking, you need to keep walking because you lose leg muscles fast. And that's something I'm not good at. I need to start walking again. I was doing a recumbent bike for a while, but I stopped doing that too. I should at least do that, at least a half hour a day. One of the things you're supposed to do is to stand on one foot for the count of 15 or something like that. And if you can't do that, then you're getting old. You're losing it. So there's exercises you can do that. Just stand on one foot for 30 seconds, and then the next day 35 seconds, and the next day 40 seconds until you can do it for a couple of minutes or something, you can practice makes perfect, I guess. See, that's a problem. I know all the stuff I should be doing, but doing it is another thing. Because you know, I got one more game to play. I'll do it when I do it when I reach level 10. Well, then level 20 comes along. I'll do it when I reach level 30. Level 30 comes along. Well, I'll do it when I reach level 40. And then level 40 comes around. Oh, it's midnight. I gotta go to bed. What you do all day? Sat on my ass. Big games. Drank soda I wasn't supposed to drink. Then you get to a point, though, where my dad was. You know, my dad was, he liked to eat. He liked, you know, potatoes and steak and vegetables and, you know, a decent meal. And so the doctor, well, you got to cut out the fried foods. You got to cut out, you know, you got to stop going to the all-you-can-eat buffet. Well, at 92, what the hell's he got to look forward to? And so I got into a big fight with some of my brothers and sisters because there's, oh, he can't eat that. He can't eat that roast beef. Doctor said no roast beef or something. I said bullshit. He likes it. Let him enjoy his last years, you know, the way he wants to. If he wants to have a damn roast beef, he's getting a damn roast beef. He's 92 years old. What the hell? And, of course, you know, he passed, but was it the roast beef? At least he enjoyed it. So there's that. There is an issue of quality of life. If you say my quality of life is smoking, drinking, chasing women, and doing drugs, then you got a problem, buddy. You ain't gonna live very long. If you say, well, I used to do all these things, but I cut them out for my health. The only thing I kept was having a soda once a day. Okay, is that going to kill you? And if it is, you got to have some kind of quality of life. You know, you got to have something that you enjoy, or what's the point? Moderation, that's a good word. I don't really like moderation as a word. It depends on what you're talking about. Certain things in moderation, like having a soda once a week, moderately. All right, that's done. Now what? I need to seed it. What am I going to seed it with? Barley tasted damn long. I was going to do canola, but I was going to do it on that small field. Let me go look at it. Oh, what happened here? Holy smokes. Somebody fell down on the job. Did I shut him down too soon? Maybe I did that. You stopped jogging. Okay, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Am I going to have to do this on my own? You know, all these people that exercised their whole life, guess what happened? They died. I don't like exercising. I'm going to die too. All these guys that think they're healthier than everybody else and then die in their 50s, you know, what the hell happened? Maybe vegetarian isn't the best thing to do because you're not getting, you know, protein and meat. And we're omnivores. We've got canine teeth to rip meat with. It's what we're supposed to do. Steering assist, is that it? That's it. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if this works. Is the plow down? It is now. All right, here we go. This will work. Say, yeah, doctor, it hurts when I do this. Well, stop doing that. So in my mind, moderation comes into things like that. Okay, so let's say walking when you're my age is good for you. Walking all day, walking in marathons, or just walking for a little exercise. So if I do a mile or two a day, is that good or bad? Well, I would say it's good. If I do 20 miles, well, I'm liable to have a heart attack one of these days doing stuff like that. Should I be doing marathons? Hell no. Oh, look, he's 73 years old and he's running the Boston Marathon. Yeah. Is that something you should be doing? And then where'd he go? Well, he had a heart attack on 5th Street. Well, shit, he's 73. And has heart issues, which I do, but that's just me. I'm not necessarily talking about me. I'm talking about these people that think they're healthy because they're whatever and doing the Boston Marathon. Should they be doing that? Is it the right thing? I don't think so. When you're young, yeah, maybe. Put a couple miles in or put a mile in. Because the pound isn't good for you either, because you start losing things that keep your bones, right. You start losing that kind of stuff when you get old. Your bones can't keep that bone on bone because you're not young enough to have all that cartilage stuff that you normally would have. Okay, this feels done. Take that off. All right, what other field? There was one on the end that had the sorghum on it. The walking videos, yeah. What I'll do is I'll do the recumbent bike, and I'll put something on TV so that I can kind of watch and keep pace with. And if it's not music does work well for that kind of thing because it's got a beat to it, and you can kind of find your stride, you know what I mean, with a particular piece of music. Like when I was doing aerobics, I mean, like jumping jacks or something, with a that you're really working on. I would put the Pointer Sisters on, that jump song and the songs that they used to do, because it had quite the beat to it, and you could get into that beat. And so I'll put either music on, or I'll put like a storybook on or something to watch. Not necessarily a movie, but what's going on? I thought I turned that off. Didn't I turn that off? Evidently, I didn't. Okay, so this is fertilized and harvested, so it's ready to plow. Let's let her go. Think about it. About turtles live to be 200 years old and get no exercise. And a rabbit that jumps around 24/7 get plenty of exercise, dies in 2 years. Very interesting. Well, you may not know it, but rabbits have weak hearts. You go rabbit hunting. We rabbit hunted when I was a kid, and I would shoot at rabbits and miss. They'd be running because they're scared, and you would shoot too far in front of them, and a puff of dirt would puff up in front of them, and they'd have a heart attack and die. They can't handle heat that well, even though some of them live in deserts. I had a cousin that had rabbits in a pen on the side of the barn, and we were playing. What's that game you used to play where you'd throw something over the barn? Ollie Ollie Oxen Free, whatever they called that. It was some game we did when we were kids. Somebody threw a basketball and they missed going over, and it came down, and the basketball came and hit the metal roof of the pens that the rabbits were in, and they all died. Boom! It scared them to death. It was hot though. It was very warm out that day. And another thing that you shouldn't do with animals, especially pigs and rabbits, and they're hot. What you do for pigs is you put a little water in their pen, in the corral they're in or whatever, so that they can make little mud holes, and they'll get and snuggle into the mud with their bellies. Some idiot that goes with cold water, and sprays them on their backs in 100-degree weather, the pigs are going to die. They can't handle that. They cool down through their bellies, and so you put some cool mud down and they'll wallow in it. But you spray cold water on their backs and it'll kill them if it's under certain circumstances. Which one had? Oh crap! Can't think of his name now. But yeah, one of those groups had something called Jump, but they had another version of it that Pointer Sisters used to play. It was more of a disco version. Who's working this? Let's see. Miss Nelson again. She likes to plow, I guess. Okay, so this field up here is going to be the canola. The big field over there, I haven't decided yet, or did I? I don't think I did. I don't think I decided what this one's going to be. I hope that's enough beets. It's a pretty good sized field, but that's not that much. But it doesn't take very much to make a little sugar. I don't think the vodka takes a ton of sugar. I think it just takes a little bit of sugar. Sorghum and potatoes. That should be fine. We can always do more. There's your potatoes right there. And there. This should be... I don't know. Maybe some more corn. I like corn. Corn's my favorite crop. Did I miss that corner? That corner doesn't look like it was planted. Ah. All right, we're not going to do potatoes, that's for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Let's do, what was I say I was going to do? Corn. I like corn. Yeah, let's do corn. Yeah, yeah, I'm blaming Microsoft. Well, just thank God you're not living in California where they're getting to where they don't have electricity at all. And when they do, their bills are like a couple $1,000s a month. Oregon's pushing solar now. They do have solar panels now that run. Okay, if you remember, back when you were a kid, your mom used to tell you put some sunscreen on, and you say, "But mom, it's cloudy." Well, that clouds don't stop all the UVs, and you can still get a sunburn on a cloudy day. So they've got new solar panels now that collect UV rays, not sunshine. So even on a cloudy day, with the other ones, it's photosensitive, and you have to have the sunlight to charge up the battery. On the new ones, it's UV rays, and you get UV even on a cloudy day. So if you live in Oregon, there's sun up there. It's just not getting the brightness through, but the UV rays are still getting through. So, guy came around yesterday trying to sell me on getting solar panels, and the state's helping out. They come in, they install them, set them up, and on my particular, I use enough electricity that they said the best they could do for me would be 85%. So 85% if things didn't change. Like if one day I gave up using all my computers, I wouldn't need that much electricity. So, but anyway, so 85% would be coming from the solar, and the rest would still be coming from the power company. If I started making more electricity because I'm using less, then it would be sold to the power company. And Oregon has a law that is something about net 1-to-1. And what that means is right now, if you have a solar energy in your home, you're making your own electricity. If you're not able to make it all, then you still have to buy some from the power company. So what you're doing is you're trading power. Well, how do they rate power? Is it wattage? I can't remember. It might be wattage. So what Oregon says, the law says, if you have solar power but you're still getting partial from the power company, so you're either using power company power or you're selling them part of your solar power, because not everybody has enough power. So that would be, your power would go both ways. Okay, so what is your power that your house is generating? What is it worth? What is the power that's being generated from a dam someplace or a nuclear power plant? What is it worth? Oregon says it's a net 1-to-1, because electricity is electricity. If they're going by wattage, if I make 10 watts, it's worth this much money. If the dam makes 10 watts, it's worth the same. It's a net 1-to-1. Well, the power companies are trying to change that. They're trying to make it like 3-to-1 or 4-to-1. Or once they open it up, they can make it anything they want. They can change it. So anyway, they were telling me that if I got this system that is being backed by the state, that net 1-to-1 would be grandfathered in. So that's just something. Carol doesn't want to do it. She's afraid of solar power, so she's not afraid of the power itself. She's afraid it doesn't work. So she doesn't want to mess with it because it cost me. So at some point, you have to pay for it. They install it for free. There's no cost in that, but you have to pay for the power that it's generating. And so if I had a $500 bill every month for electricity, they would say, okay, we're going to make that a flat rate. You'll pay for the next 25 years $500 a month for electricity, and that's how you'll pay the solar panels off. Because the solar panels are making the electricity. So if they're not making it someplace, your house is making it. So to pay for the solar panels, you're paying for it with the electricity that's being generated. And they're charging you $500 a month because that's what you were paying before the solar power. And they locked that in. So at the year 25, now you're paying absolutely nothing. Whatever you're generating with your solar power is what you're, is whatever it's valued at. All right, corn is being made here. Yeah. Well, the west coast of the U.S. are they're trying to stop everything. Oregon wants to ban any kind of hunting and fishing. Period. They want to close all the dams. Open them up. That's where we get our power. Hunting and fishing, that's where some people get their food. They're trying to stop everything. And, so if you're not creating any of your own electricity, you may be in trouble in the future if we can't get these people voted out that are trying to do this stuff. They're already getting rid of farmers. They specifically target farmers that grow animals. They don't want us eating animals. They want us eating vegetables or crickets or insects, things like that. That's what they want us eating. They don't want us eating animals anymore. So they're trying to stop the farmers, We're going to stop the farmers from growing corn because they're feeding it to the animals. We're going to stop the farmers from growing whatever crop because it's being fed to animals. So to get rid of the animal farmers, we got to get rid of the regular farmers. Oh, but people eat corn. Doesn't matter. We got to protect the animals, not the people. Yeah, they say it's free. It's not free. It's not free, Andy. You're paying for it. So think about it. In that situation that I just talked about, where if your house is making 85% of your electricity that you use on a daily basis, where's it coming from? It's not coming from the power company. So it's coming from the solar panels. So what they do is they look at your power bill and they say, you're already paying this much a month. If you pay that much a month to us, we'll install the solar system, it'll create the electricity, and in 25 years, it will have paid off the solar panels and the installation and all of that. You're looking at it like you're going to be paying $500 anyway. Right now you're paying it to the power company. If we put the panels up, you'll be paying it to us. We'll be giving you your electricity that you have been using, and we'll be charging you what you were making, what you were paying before, and in that amount, and it'll take this long to pay that back. So let's say it's going to cost me, I think the one that I was looking at is $72,000. Let's say it's $72,000, and I say I'm going to put $50,000 down on it. Okay, well now you'll have it paid for in a couple of years instead of 25 years. So, but it still gets paid for. It's got to be paid for. You don't get it for free. They tell you it's a free installation. They don't tell you free. They tell you no cost to you. We will install it at no cost to you. So you're paying, basically you're paying for the electricity that it's going to generate. That's what you're paying for. And they have it figured out how much you're going to use, and so 72,000, that would be 25 years or so at $500 a month. So you're thinking, well, I'm paying $500 a month either way, and it didn't cost me anything for them to put it on there. I just have to keep doing this for 25 years. And after 25 years, I can now sell all of that back to the power company if I'm not using it. So it's like saying something is $9.99. No, it's not. It's $10. Okay, so $10 is, $10 is $9.99 is, $10 is $1 difference. But what if it's $900,999? There's a big difference there. Scorpion thinks he fell asleep. Well, technically what they should be saying is that we're going to install the system and set it up and get it running and hook it into your electrical system in your house, and it's going to be paid for X amount of electricity that will make up the difference, and it'll take you 10 years to generate that much electricity. So it's like having a loan for 10 years, but instead of you writing a check every month, you're paying for, you are writing a check every month. You're paying for the electricity that your house is generating, not anybody else. The company that's putting in the things, they're not generating the power. Your house is. So basically it's a loan that you're paying off, but you're getting the power that you need along with it. It's kind of janky to think about, but that's basically what you're doing. You're still paying for it every month until it's paid off. But you're receiving the electricity that you would have to be paying for anyway. So they do say it as a bill swap. You're swapping a bill. You're swapping the bill where instead of writing the check to PP&L which is our power company, you're writing it to the solar power company, and that goes towards your panels and stuff. So you're still paying it. It isn't free. It's at and it isn't really that it's at no cost to you, because it is cost to you. It's just not out of pocket costs. You're not saying, okay, here's $72,000, put me in a system. You're saying, put in a system, you pay for everything, get it all running, and I'll just write you a check every month for $500 until it's paid for. So you're swapping bills. You're sending it to them instead of the power company. They do tell you that. They do tell you it's a bill swap program. So they're not lying. They're just kind of making it look really, really good. And is it? I don't know. Maybe. I can't afford to put $72,000 worth of solar powers on my house. Actually, I could, but it would take my retirement. I'd have to take my retirement out. Well, what if I get sick? What if I need, that retirement money for the future, which I do. I don't plan on dying tomorrow. I think I at least got another couple years in me. So I'm going to need that money. I don't want to put it in a house that I'm not going to have when I die. Somebody else will. Anyway. Interesting. Carol said no, so I called him this morning. I said, sorry, it's not worth my stressing myself out over trying to convince Carol that it's a good thing to do. And I'm not entirely sure it is. I think it probably will be. There's a lot of places that are losing their power because of whatever reason. How many places have blackouts or brownouts all the time? Doesn't Texas have a little bit of a power issue? Or is Scorp still here? Do you get a new bill? No, it's the same old bill. Our bill's in Sweden. You don't get a new one. You got to put up with the old one. Yeah, this net one-to-one thing is interesting because if you're talking about a consistent thing like a watt of electricity, wouldn't that be the same regardless of where it came from? If it came from a water dam that's running a turbine or a solar panel that's generating sunlight, and it's measured in watts, well, a watt's a watt. I don't understand how they can say, how a power company could say our watt is more useful than yours. Your watt is not as good as our watt. So, I don't see how they can do that. I can understand how Canada can say our dollar is valued higher than your dollar, or the U.S. saying our dollar is worth more money than your dollar. Because it depends on what it's based on, what you can buy with it. That's a little different. But a watt is a watt is a watt. Like a foot is a foot is a foot, unless it's got a bunion on it. An inch is an inch. A kilometer is a kilometer. Your kilometer is the same as my kilometer. No, mine's more valuable because it's paved. I don't know. Maybe. All right, Matt says I got to go, so I'm guessing that I probably won't be on Saturday, but I'm not entirely sure. Depends what I do, and I've only got one day to decide. So might depend on how Carol's feeling. If I don't want to. She's been sick. I don't want to leave her and travel that far. If I don't Have to. So you may not see me. You probably won't. Let's just say you won't see me this weekend, and then if you do, you'll be surprised. All righty. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for keeping me company. And I will see you in the next live stream or the next video, whichever one comes first. Not good at kilometers. Me neither. I go by miles and inches and feet. Stinky feet, even stinky feet. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. If you have sunshine, enjoy it. Summer's going fast. And I'll see you on the next round. Ta-ta for now.